We're back with Malcolm Holcombe. The new album is Tricks of the Trade, and the song you just heard was Your Kin. It is a hard one. This album doesn't exactly tell pleasant stories all the time, but few are more horrifying than what happened at the border during Donald Trump's presidency. Tell me about how that situation inspired this song.
Well, I think the family is a wonderful institution, and a lot of families are torn apart, whether it's politics, whether it's sickness, whether it's death, uh, and a lot of troubles. But uh, I think family is important, and I'm still struggling, trying to uh, trying to regain, compassion from a fellow man. And I think there's a spiritual purpose in our lives, and I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about spirituality, and I struggle with that too. It's just something that's in our souls um, that are designed to think of others and designed to think of the big picture as a whole, as opposed to all the Cracker Jacks and donuts and Thunderbird automobiles that I can accumulate. But that's just one man's perspective, and but I've I've been one of many sheep lined up, heading for the cliff. So I'm trying to separate the wheat from the chaff, and it's just it's progress, not perfection. It's a daily struggle for me, anyway.
What did you feel when you heard what was going on at the American Mexican border?
Well, it's just accumulation of all this. Uh, Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. You with me on that?
Yes.
I understand we need to protect our borders. I understand that, but there's a process that there's laws, and I am not an expert on anything, and haven't, but
I would
uh,
argue you're an expert on songwriting and singing.
well,
You've been doing it long enough.
yeah, you think I'd be better by now after 50 years, I still haven't. But once again, I think the strength of America is diversity, and you got to go through a process to. It's like I go through a process when I go to Europe and play in Europe. I've got to go by certain regulations, certain laws, to be able to go there and not cause any waves. Best that I can. But it's it's progress. You try to make progress.
Yeah, you try to treat people the way you would want to be treated. Try to show them a
Right.
little empathy.
I think that's a golden rule that goes through crossovers many religions, that we all want to have a fair chance, a fair shake, and rise above all the poison that's being spewed out from different sources.
Yeah, on
Trying
this
to
album, you sing a lot about inequality, the inequality of how people are treated based on their skin color, the inequality of wealth. Um, I appreciate the way musicians, especially folk musicians, wind up being the advocates and the storytellers for people like that. The politicians don't always hear those stories. The media doesn't always tell those stories, but I appreciate the way that this album is making sure to tell those stories and get that perspective out there into the world.
Well, thank you, Trevor. There's a lot of folks that have been my mentors over the years. Woody Guthrie, Pete Seeger, Steve Earle is still pumping. And a lot of folks that are trying to voice the opinions of the downtrodden and the overlooked and the common man, the common woman, and child that are struggling towards higher ground. You know.
Higher Ground. That's a song on the album. You got freedom to choose and you got freedom to lose. And oh boy, I really hope that people don't choose to lose their freedom.
Well, we just, you know, like that Benjamin Franklin quote, you know, if we don't hang together, we'll surely hang separately. And it applies today to me, in my perspective.
Close out the interview. I like to let guests choose a song to play them out. Only thing is, it can't be one of your own. So any song that you want my listeners to hear to end this interview.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of
There certainly are a lot of songs.
are you familiar with Dave Olney?
Yes.
Dave Olney, rest his soul. I think Jerusalem Tomorrow would be a good one.
Thanks so
All
much.
right, Trevor. Thank you, sir.
So.
Peace, God. God bless you. Dios te bendiga.